Hey Taurus, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. And this week we are sort of doing the month coming, which obviously is July 2023. So we will be looking into the whole sort of month for you there, see what's coming out. I will let everyone know if you do want to comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. I will be drawing that when we hit our first 100 subscribers. So make sure you like and subscribe. I do really appreciate every single show of support that we do have so far, but wanting to get that message out to everybody that does need to hear it. But thank you. And today we are starting with the Spirit Junkie Oracle there. For the main portion of the reading, I do have the Art Nouveau Lenormand deck, as well as those Angel Answers Oracle for when we sort of want to ask a little bit about some love there. But getting started for you, Taurus. Taurus for July 2023. Taurus for July. We have, I bring peace with me wherever I go. Okay, so strong sense this month, Taurus, that we are sort of needing to find our Zen, find that peace within us, and make sure that we are sort of encouraging that within ourselves this month. Okay, so whatever makes you, peaceful and whatnot, it's definitely a month of bringing peace rather than, bringing any kind of drama into your energy, those sorts of things, avoiding drama and, little cat fights and all that sort of stuff. Peace with me wherever I go. Okay, Taurus for July 2023, please. What's going on for Taurus in July 2023? Wow, Taurus, shaping up to be a great month for you guys. At the start of the month here, we do have the moon followed by the lily. Okay, so together, both of those cards do talk about, intimacy, things to do with intimacy, emotional intimacy. Okay, so doesn't necessarily mean, anything to do with physical intimacy. It's more about that intimacy with yourself, that finding what makes you feel that peace wherever you go, what brings peace into your life, all those sorts of things. The moon really does talk about emotional sensitivities. It does have a lot of, good luck and those sorts of vibes with it, and that, I do get the sensation with the moon today that there may be some things that are sort of a little bit in the dark to you when it comes to your emotions. As we know, the moon does light up the night sky, so obviously, I'm just getting that sense that there's something hiding in the darkness, and it's just something that you're hiding from yourself, Taurus, when it comes to your emotions. All right. And it's probably going to be to do with, things involving longevity. Okay. So emotions that you may have been dealing with for a very, very long time in your life, or really wanting to, work out what emotions you want to bring forward with you for, the rest of your life. Something very long term about that emotional connection I'm feeling there. So definitely, really dealing with emotions that we may have dealt with for a very long time, and sort of making that, I feel like making that decision of, I don't want to feel like that anymore. I want to feel that peace wherever I go. I don't want to feel, conflicted or whatever it is for you. You don't want to feel that anymore. You want to actually focus on those, beautiful feelings, the positive feelings, and have that positiveness, that positive vibe going into the future, and you want to make that change within your emotional self. So, I do understand that, some people just are more inclined at that cup half full kind of a vibe. So if you're a person who does always sort of see the negative in a situation first, maybe changing that around to sort of make sure we're looking for the positives behind everything, and sort of seeing that cup half full rather than half empty. Okay, and with the lily there, it could be talking about, there could be an influence of, career, long term within your career, what emotionally suits you within your career. Sometimes the lily does have a bit of a reference to career focus there as well, but really it is talking about, that longevity, that long term emotional commitments to yourself, and that emotional intimacy with yourself. We do also see with the moon that it is very important for you to be following your intuition at the start of July, Taurus, as well. All right. And then heading straight on into the middle of the month, we are starting the month off with, that emotional sense stuff, but heading straight into success and unlocking brand new doors within you. This is the key. So it really does talk about success and, unlocking parts of yourself, unlocking those emotional sides of yourself that you may not have sort of been aware even existed. Really, really heading into success with that key there. Okay, and we have the cross as well. So what we definitely can be seeing towards the middle of the month is, overcoming burdens that you may have been carrying emotionally for a long, long time. Being able to now overcome those burdens with that key. Like I said, it does talk directly about success. And with the cross there, sometimes it can reference, burdens that you have been carrying. I did feel that those emotions were coming from sort of a long-term kind of a space. So maybe something emotionally you might have been carrying for a very long time, and you are now sort of unlocking the key to, moving past that emotion and actually looking at things much more positively. All right, the key really does talk about a lot of success, and we also see, sorry, we also see with the cross that there is a very strong spiritual pull with the cross, spirit and religion, all those sorts of things, no matter what you believe in. It really does talk about, trusting in God, trusting in, having faith that everything is working out exactly how it is supposed to. All right, so like I said, no matter what you sort of believe there, we do have a very strong universe sort of vibe coming through your reading today. So, thinking about what it is that the spiritual side of yourself, how you bring that peace with you wherever you go, as we keep referring back to that main oracle there. Um, really having faith that everything is happening for a reason, everything has happened for a reason. You don't need to carry these burdens anymore. You are sort of heading into more success. All right. And definitely, like I said, getting a strong vibe of following your intuition this month, and, really, really relying on that connection with the universe, or God, or whatever that is for you. Okay. Because then toward the end of the month, we are seeing the road, which is followed by the stars. Okay, and the stars is one of the best cards in the Lenormand, because it does talk about wish fulfillment. Like the wish upon a star and all your dreams will come true kind of a vibe. So we are definitely heading into a great month with July for you, Taurus. But with the road, we do sort of see, that's kind of choosing the path that you want to walk, choosing which wishes you want fulfilled. You may have some important choices or decisions to make towards the end of July, about which path you really do want to follow in this life. Which road is going to lead you to the wish fulfillment, those kinds of things. But with the road there, once again, it's quite a spiritual kind of card, especially with the stars attached with that there. Definitely got that spirit, that whatever path you walk, you do not walk alone kind of vibe coming through, and just that having that faith that these wishes are there for the taking. It's just a matter of, deciding, to steer yourself off any detours that you may have experienced. Steer yourself off that path that you don't want to follow. Really looking within and working out, what emotions you do need to get rid of, and what path in life you do need to get rid of. All right. And making a firm, strong decision to walk that path and head straight towards your dreams and your real desires, rather than allowing yourself to be, swerved off your path. All right. So, like I said, a very, very strong reading coming through for you today, Taurus, and it is very connected to, I feel, your own sense of spirituality or religious beliefs, whatever it is for you. So really lean into that this month, and it's really there to support you at the moment. All right. Um, okay, so any important messages for Taurus for July? Anything else Taurus needs to know for July, please? Yeah, just okay. That's pretty straightforward, Taurus. We do have the child and the tree coming out for an important message for you. So the child really does talk about, in this sense, it is really talking about, you know, it could also, I will mention, it could talk about dealing with some childhood trauma, with these two cards, and the moon, as we saw at the start of the month, and that longevity of those emotions. So there really could be some repressed emotions from your childhood, and that need to just do a little bit of shadow work, involving, any childhood trauma or issues emotionally from your childhood that may still be affecting you today. So those things you may not have sort of admitted to yourself for a long time as well. But that's not for all of you, I don't feel. But I just did want to mention it because of what we have seen in your reading today. But overall, that child really is talking about, staying innocent and really looking at life as though it's an adventure, looking at the world through a child's eyes with that innocence and just that joy to be a part of it all, so that's pretty much the main message coming through with the child today. We also do have the tree. So that really just does talk about your self-care, looking after yourself, focusing on your self-growth. Okay, so we're really looking at yourself. And like I said, the tree also can talk about spiritual connections as well. So really relying on that spiritual connection at the moment. I feel for you to help you with your personal development and your self, growth and just your self-care, looking after yourself, number one, bringing as much more positive and that peace, really bringing that peace in for yourself. All right. But when it comes to love for our Taurus, please. Love and romance for Taurus in July, please. Love and romance for Taurus in July. Interesting. I just I'm just going to draw one more for you, Taurus. Taurus, love and romance for Taurus in July, please. Just interesting there, because I did just draw all like it. This particular deck, the Angel Answers deck, it has like a combination, as you can kind of see looking at the deck here. Majority of the cards are this pink color, but then we do have, some with the yellow, and then some that are a bit darker with the purple. All right. So it does sort of show us that there is three sort of sections in these cards, and the yellow ones are sort of timing, and the three that I drew for you initially are all timing cards. Okay, Taurus. So it is, I am getting sort of three different time frames here, but I am actually straight away sensing that they are talking about slightly different things. All right. So I do feel as though this first one is actually in regards to what we just sort of talked about with your main spread, with that self-growth that's kind of, necessary, facing these emotions that you may have held on to for a long time. It does say you're ready. Okay, so I feel like that means that you are ready to face these emotions. If you are someone with the childhood trauma stuff, you are ready to face those things and start dealing with those things. But then these other two, I do feel are more, love and romance. We do have a year from now, as well as in the near future. All right. So in the near future and a year from now, depending on your concept of time, time it flows and changes and whatnot as well. So, for some of you, this could be up to a year from now, whereas others of you, I feel like it is a little bit closer coming in, with a lot of love and romance coming in for you in the near future. So sometimes within the next year, I feel we should be looking at updating you on your love situations. All right. I do feel as though that's what this other card I have drawn is all about. Is, we do have the compromise card has come out as well. So I do feel as though it's actually important for you to compromise when it comes to love and romance at this time. All right. I feel as though that's actually letting us know that, you do need to compromise, actively trying to get involved in anything at this time, because you are ready to focus on yourself for a little while, and really needing to focus on that spiritual connection, that, following your intuition in regard to yourself and what it is you truly want, and that emotional component, because as we do find a lot of the time with love and relationships is that, if you do have these emotions that you've clung on to for so long, if you don't deal with them, you are bringing them in to the next connection as well. So if you've had past connections where, certain emotions have been brought to the surface, you may have behaved in certain ways, or spoken in certain ways. Obviously not blaming anything here, but the way that we have dealt with things in the past, you don't really want that cycle to repeat, because obviously it's the past for a reason. We're really looking at a point for you, Taurus, where we're enacting changes within ourselves in order to, get more positive and peaceful resolutions in the future, just within yourself. All right. So it's just sort of compromising, that love and romance may not be the most important thing to you at the moment. It's kind of coming through that you really are just needing to focus on your self growth and your emotions at the moment, so that you're not taking forward any negative energy into future connections. All right. But like I said, time is just a social constraint, really. It does flow and ebb and change quite a lot. So, I'm sure that in some of our next love readings, we will be seeing different storylines than that. Okay. So, but of course, too, if that doesn't resonate for you, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, and there may be something a little bit more specific for you if you are definitely, looking for love actively. I am just feeling that it may be time for you to stop and really think about, some other ways we might want to grow ourselves before we actually, put too much focus on the love and romance, Taurus, which is like usually like the opposite to what I normally tell people. Okay, I'm normally my personal advice is normally to, follow your heart, and if you want to find love, go find love. But it is sort of letting us know that at the moment, you're ready to take on these emotional changes, and that's going to probably take up a bit of your focus come July, I feel, rather than actively seeking love and romance. Okay, but that's what I have for you, Taurus. Let me know how that resonated for you guys, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon.